No flour, no refined sugar, just a rich, chocolatey brownie made with simple ingredients. Think that's impossible? Stick around, I'll show you how. First up, you'll want to mash 2 ripe bananas into a smooth puree. I usually just use a fork. It's quick and easy. But if you want a smoother, silkier texture, you can totally use a blender or food processor. Once that's done, grab a mixing bowl and add the banana puree right into it. Next, we're going to crack in 2 large eggs and whisk everything together until it's nice and fully combined. It'll come together pretty quickly. You want a smooth, slightly creamy mixture. Now let's add 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, a pinch of salt, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And mix again really well until everything is smooth, with no cocoa lumps left. I like using a good quality alkalized cocoa here. It gives a richer chocolate flavor and a darker color, which makes these brownies taste really close to the classic ones. Set the batter aside for now, and let's add some mix-ins to make the brownie even better in texture. I'm using pumpkin seeds here. They add a nice crunch and a bit of extra nutrition. Give them a quick chop so they spread out evenly in the batter, and then add them into the bowl. Next up, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of walnuts. They bring a nice, rich, nutty flavor, and even more of that perfect crunch. Chop them into small pieces as well, and add them to the batter. All right, now we're going to add 5 tablespoons of Greek yogurt and whisk everything until it's smooth and fully incorporated. The yogurt gives the batter a really soft, moist texture. And if you don't have it, low-fat sour cream works just as well. Take 2 tablespoons of raisins, pour hot water over them, and let them sit for about 10 minutes so they get soft and juicy. Meanwhile, add 1 cup of oats to a dry skillet and toast them over medium heat for 4 to 5 minutes, stirring occasionally. Once they smell nice and nutty, take them off the heat and let them cool slightly. Now let's peel 1 apple. It gives the brownie natural sweetness and keeps it nice and moist. So don't skip this step. It really makes a difference in the texture. And then grate it on a fine grater until it turns into a soft apple puree. The finer you grate it, the more it kind of melts into the batter and disappears. Add it into the chocolate batter. Back to the raisins, drain them well, and add them in. You can also add a teaspoon of cinnamon if you like. And give everything a gentle mix. Cinnamon goes really well with chocolate and apple, giving the brownie a warm, cozy aroma. I highly recommend it. All right, now add the slightly cooled oats and mix everything until it's fully combined. The batter comes together nicely thanks to the oats. It should be thick and rich, just like this. Now let's prep the baking pan. I'm using a square frame without a bottom. First, lay down a sheet of foil, then a layer of parchment paper on top. Place the frame over it, and carefully fold the foil up around the edges to create a flat base. If you're using a regular glass or metal pan, just grease it lightly or line it with parchment paper. Then immediately place the pan onto a baking tray. And just pour all the batter into the pan. Spread it out evenly with a spatula. Make sure to get into the corners so everything is spread out nice and evenly. Pop the brownie into a preheated oven. You'll want to keep it on the middle rack so it bakes evenly. Bake for about 30 to 35 minutes. Once the brownie is done, take it out of the oven and let it cool completely. Let's make the chocolate glaze. Take about 3 ounces of sugar-free dark chocolate, pour in 3 tablespoons of hot milk, and start whisking until it turns into a smooth, glossy chocolate glaze. And if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Alright, the brownie has cooled down now, so let's pour this delicious chocolate glaze on top and carefully spread it out with a spatula right in the pan. For decoration, I'm using whole walnuts and just scattering them on top. Feel free to use any nuts you like, or skip them altogether. And then I finish it off with a sprinkle of chopped walnuts for a bit of extra crunch. Pop the brownie into the fridge until the chocolate glaze is fully set. Carefully peel off the foil and parchment from the sides and bottom. And place the brownie on a serving plate or board. Gently run a knife around the edges of the pan to loosen it, then remove the frame. Wow, just look at how gorgeous that brownie looks. Rich, chocolatey, with a delicious nutty flavor. Even without flour or refined sugar, it tastes surprisingly close to a classic brownie. Made with simple ingredients, it's a great, healthier alternative to traditional desserts. And it's incredibly easy to make. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.